Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of Warships. Today it's one of my replays, and I'm in the Georgia, a Tier 9 US premium battleship. I'm on map shatter in a frequent domination game. It's a pure Tier 9 battle, so that's lovely. There is no carrier, there are 3 destroyers, and well, my team has already taken the A cap, and I've got myself a citadel. So good start, good start. Now my division mates in the destroyers, they have taken A, and they are now going more towards B. It looks like the Fletcher might be going towards B with an Iowa backup, so might be some excitement happening there. Now our team seems to be rather aggressive here also on the C side, and they are contesting the cap. So far, nothing to complain about. The enemy team meanwhile is a little bit more passive. Well, except for the center. I mean, if you have destroyers in this close proximity, I mean they are all like separated islands, but a lot of things can go wrong there. It looks like the Fletcher might just be YOLOing through here. Well, we will see how that turns out for the Fletcher. I mean, the thing is, a YOLO rush works a lot better if you aren't spotted, I suppose. Meanwhile, I've got my secondaries going towards the Drake. And it looks like they are still going at it there in the center. I think with Viper here inside B and my friend Youth coming around trying to intercept the Fletcher's retreat. Meanwhile, I'm just going after this Drake. And hey, it looks like there is an enemy destroyer around here. I mean, I'm not terribly surprised. Basically, well, there was a Fletcher in the center, we know there's a Chatland at sea, but we are still missing one enemy destroyer. And he never tried to take the A cap, maybe he's so afraid of the Alaska, I don't know. But basically it makes sense that he's trying to flank. And goodbye, Drake. So he shouldn't have been able to turn enough to get hopes off, so that's nice. Also, when I said like it makes sense that the enemy destroyer is trying to flank, not from like it's a very bad move on the enemy's part, but considering we haven't seen him elsewhere, it's sort of unexpected. And we've just lost the Alaska here, so there isn't even any radar. So basically, you know, if you're a destroyer and you go here flanking, right? And we had an Alaska here, basically the destroyer even increased his chance of getting raided with no escape route. So he basically, if he went for the cap, he would have been vastly safer and more useful for his team. But you know, it's always nice to see the enemies making mistakes. And well, that's one Georgia gone. Now I have a friendly Georgia here who has decided that now is the time to charge. And I sort of agree with that assessment, I sort of disagree. You see, we knew that there is a destroyer here hoping this way. And well, we have no vision here. We also don't have anyone here who can provide us vision. We've lost our radar. And, well, my division mates are still busy there in the center. Probably hunting down an Iowa. And we do control this cap, right? So, charging in here into the unknown against the destroyer might not be the best course of action. Now, I definitely want to back up this Georgia, but I don't want to charge straight at this here. So it looks like the Friedrich is going behind this island. Now, if I go south here, I push the Alaska, I'll show broadside to this Friedrich, which is somewhat concerning. And I'm hoping that the island here will offer sufficient cover. I mean, once he will get past this island, we'll have a problem again. But then again, I suspect that he's going to shoot the other Georgia, because the other Georgia is a lot closer and also broadside. So, we will see how that turns out. Meanwhile, there is the Alaska. The Alaska is basically secondary range, so secondaries are going to open up. And so far, this game is looking pretty good. We are 2 ships ahead. I mean, 2 ships ahead at this point isn't that game deciding, but the enemy team is basically giving up everywhere. But on the right side, the enemy is in full retreat. For whatever reason, they have abandoned their Chatland. I mean, they still have a bomber there, but they are all just running away from the fight. And yeah, the Friedrich has appeared. Well, that wasn't a great salvo there. So basically our Georgia came in here full broadside to the Friedrich and then decided the best course of action is to not turn an angle, but to turn completely around and show broadside again in his retreat. So interesting choices have been made there. Now I have to angle, because that Friedrich is probably going to shoot me next. Also, I guess there is a large force coming from the left side, so I might end up in a crossfire here. And it's looking pretty good, but it's not really decided just yet. There's also still the destroyer around. I'm not sure if the enemy destroyer is going to hunt the Georgia, or if he's trying to hunt me. If I would have managed to stay behind this island, it would have probably been best, because, yeah, I kind of wanted or considered doing that, but I screwed up, because, well, battleships aren't that great at suddenly stopping. So I drifted too far forward, and now my broadside is exposed to that Friedrich. So, since I was already too much forward, I decided to just, you know, keep going. And, okay, the enemy is just losing ships left, right and center. The remaining enemy ships, I mean, they have for a long time ago decided that they don't want to be part of this battle, I have a feeling, because they just all decided to run away. Now I can shoot this. If I get rid of this Friedrich, I'm giving myself much more options to maneuver, right? I have to stay somewhat angled against him. I want to go more south, but first I need to get rid of this Friedrich, and then we can brawl the Iowa properly. Although, actually, no, this game is already over, because you know what happens if the enemy team refuses to show up to the battle or refuses to fight? Well, you just win. So, yeah, that was a rather quick one. Basically, the enemy team refused to fight. They just decided to run away, and our team just went in and crushed everything. And I still got some brawling in despite everything, so that was fun. Yeah, hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you guys next time.